Hi guys, good morning. This is Joy from Shower Bonnet by Yobi coming to you with another episode of So With Joy. Today I will be talking to you about living your truth. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. For those who are joining us for the first time, basically I discuss a topic while sewing an item. So today, I know we're a little late, but I still wanted to come on here and talk to you guys because I feel like, I haven't been here for a bit, so I wanted to talk about this, living your truth. Okay, so this is something I have noticed about a lot of people, especially on social media. And I should preface this by saying social media is great. It is a great way to get, entertained. It's also a great way to see what's going on outside the world. And during these times with the pandemic and everything, sometimes it's not easy to live alone if you're someone who's single. So social media is almost like a way to kind of connect without actually being in the same room as someone. But anyways, I wanted to focus on living your truth because I've noticed that a lot of times people see things on social media and all of a sudden they feel that this is, the gospel truth. I go back to when I was growing up as a child and, a lot of times you would see something and parents will say, when you go out, don't air your dirty laundry out there. And the same thing still applies today, which is to say, just because someone's posting something on social media does not mean that that is who they are in reality. People forget that when you portray something, when you share a picture, when you share a video, it's only half of what that person might be experiencing. People will look at this and say, oh, well, this is who this person is in reality, and I suddenly feel like I know them. In this time of pandemic, with the pandemic and this whole thing about social media, people feel like you actually know someone a lot more than you do know them. But today I'm here to encourage you to actually live your truth and live by knowing who you are. Don't feel like you have to be like someone else. So I actually have 4 points that I want to talk about while I'm making this bonnet, and I will be sure to share with you the actual bonnet after it's done. All right. So the first thing about living your truth is to identify who you are. Here's the thing. People go out there and they show their best self, which is great. No one's telling you to come out and show the worst person of who you are. Nobody wants to see that, right? Because human nature is you want to see, happy and joyful things. Our brains are programmed in such a way that when something is sad or not good, we have a tendency to repress it. So that is just who we are. So we always want to show the nice, part of ourselves. But in showing the nice part of ourselves, we should also remember that we have to show our real selves to ourselves, okay? So take a look in the mirror. Do you like the person you see? It's not always about looking good, putting on makeup and stuff. Yeah, it's great to put on makeup, but if the person you see isn't who you truly are, does that make you feel great, I'm reminded about people who take makeup, they use makeup as a way to cover. There was this lady I knew in college and she would wear a lot of makeup. She looked beautiful, but it got to a point where she wore so much makeup that you really could not, see her true beauty because it was just caked on. And, in hindsight, you could make an argument that she was trying to hide from something. So she was not necessarily living her truth. Number one, be true to yourself, identify who you are, accept who you are. If this lady was someone who just liked her makeup, okay, that's wonderful. Love your makeup and live with it, but don't do it in such a way that it hides who you truly are. The second point I want to make is accept who you are. Don't try to change for everybody. You don't want to be, if you go out in the fields and you see the grass, or you go outside, actually, just walk outside, you see the grass, and whichever way the wind blows is the way in the direction of the winds. That is not how you want to be. You want to be someone who actually, when people say you, they see you and they meet you and they're like, yeah, this person is solid. I know who they are. I know their character. It's funny, like my husband, when we first met, at first he didn't know this about me, right? Like when I get upset, I have a tendency to, lower my volume. And the reason for that, it's my way of trying to check myself so that I don't go off on people. I grew up in a household where my mom would always say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So speak truth, speak things that you want others to hear. Don't speak things that are negative or, not necessarily negative, but things that don't accomplish the word of God or things that don't honor God. So, you want to always remember that. So when I start lowering my voice, it's usually an indicator that, y'all have gotten me there, okay? And I say this to say that I have come to accept that this is who I am. When I start to lower my voice, I realize that I am in a place where I probably don't want to be, and it's time to either walk away or steer the conversation in a different direction. So, the first thing, identify who you are. The second thing, accept who you are. This is me. This is how I am. The world is not going to like you. Everyone in the world is not going to like you. I'm not saying the world's not going to like you. I correct that. Everyone in the world is not going to like you. It's just not possible. There's over 7 billion people on this planet, and it's just not possible. However, you should like who you are. So when you say, this is me, you should be able to say, and I'm good, and I like the way I am. That's a way of building your confidence. You're living in your truth, and there's no shaking me. I'm not like the grass that moves every which way the wind blows. This is who I am. All right, so that's the second thing. The third thing I want to mention is to limit distractions. Okay, so like I started this off by saying, this is social media. We have a tendency to just post things, and I'm not gonna lie, when I'm bored in the evenings or something, and I just want to entertain myself, I will go on TikTok, see videos and share it with my sisters. Thank God they're actually entertained, or if they're not, they don't tell me. But anyways, social media is a way to distract yourself. However, in so doing, don't get so distracted that you forget who you are. Don't get so distracted that you start wanting to be like other people. Again, like I mentioned, social media is just a part of other people's lives. It's not the full life. I know we see things like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is totally who they are. I am willing to bet you only see maybe at most 20 to 30% of their lives, okay? You don't go to bed with them. You don't wake up from bed with them. So you just don't know. So you want to avoid distractions that make you shift who you are or that alter the way or your character. You want to continue to always be strong and firm in who you are. Again, going back to the analogy of grass, you don't just want to blow whichever way. Oh, I see this person doing this, so I want to do this. As a small business owner, trust and believe, I know this because I used to do this. Okay, when I first started as a small business owner, I started out making children's clothing, and I would see something and immediately be like, oh my God, that's a new thing. I'm going to go make it. This is who I am. This is what I want to do. And I later on came to realize that, it was a distraction. It didn't allow me to accept and focus in the areas where I had my gifts. And over time, as I continued to, develop myself and accept myself and just be happy with who I was, I started to realize, what? Yeah, they're doing something great, but that is their calling. That is their blessing. That's not necessarily where I am. That's not who I want to be. And it's okay. You don't have to be like everybody else. You just have to be and live your truth and be who you are. Small business owners, take that as a note. I see a lot of people who they jump on the bandwagon because this is what's big. There's nothing wrong with following a trend, but it's wrong when it distracts you from who you are and does not allow you to focus and be with your truth. Okay, and stick with your truth. The last thing is I do have notes here, so that's why I keep looking this way. Enjoy the journey. Oh my gosh, you don't understand. Like, I've seen so many people, because they waver so much, they're not actually able to enjoy the discovering of themselves. Okay, I'm going to say this as a 40-something-year-old woman. Yes, I could say that because I feel like I look good and I love who I am. I love every single year of my life. Anyways, so as a 40-something-year-old woman, I've come to realize that I don't really require other people's acceptance or other people's validation of me. Let's put it that way, okay? We're human beings. We are bred to be social creatures. I love that about the way God made us. However, the Bible also says, I am wonderfully and uniquely made. Ain't nobody like me on this planet Earth, okay? So, with that in mind, I have come to accept myself. I enjoy every journey. I am okay with saying no. And you should be too. When you don't live your truth, it's kind of hard. Like, you feel guilty when you're not sure, you can't accept who you are. You're like, will I offend this person? Will I offend that person? Like the grass, will I move this way or will I move that way so I can, blend or be like the other person? But if you live your truth, you know who you are. You identify and accept yourself. You limit distractions and see them as what they are. Distractions for a temporary period of time and not fully. You're going to come to love and enjoy the experience of life. All right, so that's all I have to talk about today. And while I was talking to you, I sewed this beautiful shower bonnet. It is a new print. I hope you love it. So let me bring it closer to the camera. Yes, those are little lollipops. It doesn't have a name yet. Would you like to be one of the people to name this fabric print? If so, please leave me a heart, say something, and let me know. I welcome suggestions, and I will release. This will be on our website on Monday, so be sure to keep an eye out for it. If you're not already on our mailing list, join our mailing list so you can be notified once this goes out on Monday. Alrighty, thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, this is Joy from Printed Bonnet by Yobi. If you have not already done so, please take a moment to visit our website at www.printedbonnet.com. Until next time, embrace culture with style and have fun while you are at it. Thank you.